Hey everybody, welcome. It is time to get started with LIT 2000, Introduction to Literature. My name is Jackie Pierce. I will be your instructor for the course in spring 2023. This is a fully online course, so there are no official meetings over Zoom or in person. However, I want you to know that there is a real human, that would be me, behind the course. And I want you to feel free to reach out with questions, with concerns, with problems, with whatever throughout the semester. There's a number of ways to get in touch with me, and I'm going to talk about those as we go through our first official video here. But I also want to point out that this video will not be the only one. Every Monday, you can expect a video to be posted fairly early in the day. That's what I like to call them are my weekly walkthroughs. And it is essentially exactly what it sounds like. Every week, I will go over what you need to be doing that week to be successful in LIT 2000. Now, as a fully online class, most of the material, except for the final exam, is open. You can work ahead as long as you want. But those videos on Mondays are going to help you accomplish everything you need to. Sometimes it's just helpful to have somebody go over the assignment just so that you don't miss any of the requirements or things like that. So feel free to utilize those. I really encourage you to utilize them. I do spend a lot of time doing them. And the students who are using them always report that it does help. So these videos will be weekly, and as I said, if you have any questions or problems in the meantime, I'm also available. One of the things that I'll do each week is share my screen so that you can see what's going on. Now, this week, of course, because it's the very first week, I'm going to walk you through some things, but a lot of what you need to do in week one is to explore our Canvas shell. So I will go over everything with you, but I also want you to do some independent digging, but I will help you know where to dig. Now, one thing I will note when I am sharing my screen and I want to look at the syllabus, it's just a little quirk with the current system that we use for the syllabus, concourse syllabus. It will not allow me to be in student view while I am using it. So right now you're seeing a lot of stuff on this screen on this left-hand column that you will not have to worry about. You'll see your visual in a moment, but I did want to open the syllabus before I do anything else so that I can hit some highlights with you. Now, part of your first week's assignment is to really dig into the syllabus and explore it. So I'm not going to read it to you, but I do want to point out that it's there and some of the highlights that you can use over and over again. So as I mentioned, it is a fully online class. All that's covered on here. This is, of course, my contact information. You have my email address, but the best way to contact me is using the inbox within Canvas, and it's over there on the left, far left column. This is a quick way to get in touch with me. I do answer emails and the inbox messages very, very quickly. But you are able to text me if you need to. This is my cell phone number, so please use it judiciously. And always tell me who you are. I'm always amazed at how many texts I get that are like, what's my assignment? I'm like, I don't know. Who are you? And which class are you in, most importantly? So please, use it wisely and be cognizant of that. I do have official office hours on Tuesday evenings from 6 to 9. I typically do not sit in the Zoom room even then because, of course, it times out if nobody's there. So text me during office hours and we can hop on immediately. You can also text me outside of office hours to make an appointment or with a quick question. But especially during office hours, if you shoot me a text, I can hop in the Zoom immediately. And the Zoom information is right there. This is an Intro to Lit course, so nothing is earth-shattering here. These are things that will make sense to you, but please do read through the course description, the objectives, the outcomes. Those are important. You do not need an outside textbook, like a printed textbook. All of our course materials are provided through a library guide. So you will have links to that. Now, we do have some full-length things that we're going to be reading. You're going to be reading a novel and you're going to be reading a full-length play. Some learners really prefer to have a physical copy of those because it's easier to take notes and things, and you're welcome to buy any version. So if there's something that, for example, you want to read The Handmaid's Tale, you can probably get it fairly cheaply on Amazon. So, but you don't have to buy any textbooks for this course. You are in a fully online class. So if you are not familiar with Canvas yet, you should do the student orientation. You also should request a technology help desk if you are having problems with the technology. You can text me or email me if your Canvas is acting up, but I'm not going to be of much help. So that's there. You also can click on this page to find out how you can use Microsoft Office 365 as a student for free. And that is important because you are going to be writing papers in Microsoft Word. So you do need to do that if you have not done so already. Your grades are all within Canvas, and so you will be able to keep good track of how you are doing. Any grade questions should be sent to the inbox. That is a secure means of communication. So if you have a question about a grade, that's where you should send it. You can see the grade breakdown here in terms of how many points things are worth, how they're divided up, and all that good stuff for a grand total of 1,000 points. This makes the math very easy. In terms of instructor policies, I do expect you to log into Canvas more than once a week. I suggest at least 3 times a week. And I want you to keep in mind that signing in is not attending. In an online class, if all you do is pop in and pop back out and you've not read anything and you've not looked at anything, you've not really participated. So keep an eye on the course, check announcements regularly. They will come to your email as well with discussions. You want to participate fully in those. All your assignments are going to be submitted in Canvas. And then, of course, if you have any issues, like you need to be late with something or whatever, if you let me know, typically we can work that out. You do have to complete all the work in order to pass the course. It is a Gordon Rule class. And then, of course, one note on the end of the semester. I know it's only the beginning, but we just went through this a couple of weeks ago, so it's an important reminder. Once finals week starts, you cannot turn in anything for grades other than the final. So keep in mind, if you fall behind, you want to reach out to me as soon as you fall behind, and we can work on a schedule to get you caught up. Academic integrity policies, basic needs statements, all of these are important to read. I am not going to read them to you, but these are the school's policies. And there's some good information in there. If you have issues with, if you're a student with disabilities, you can contact the SAS office and they will be able to help you with that sort of thing. Withdrawal deadline is March 27th. And it is important to note that. Obviously, I do not expect anybody to have to withdraw from this class, but if there is a class that you're not going to finish, it is better to withdraw than it is to take an F for your long-term student survival. So we'll revisit that closer to the date. You do also have the full schedule, so you can know everything that's coming from now until the very end of the course. You've got short descriptions here. The full length descriptions and the instructions and all of that will be in the course modules. But I find it helpful when I'm taking a course, and I am taking courses right now, to print out this class calendar so that I can put the dates in my calendar. But that's going to be helpful to you long term. This will help keep you on track. I'm going to go back to the home screen and turn on the student view. So this is what it mostly looks like when you come into your course. There will be announcements up here because we will have had some, but this is what it's going to look like. The home page has a lot of links on it, and part of your first week's assignment is to explore all of these. But just to point these out, they are here for you. There are some quick links that will help you throughout the semester. This one, of course, is how to contact me. This is the asking a question discussion board. This is a link to the library. And then this is a link to the support and help technical wise throughout the course. Modules is where you will go. Okay, that's where all the stuff lives that you need to work on. I also have links to our textbook, which is, again, a library guide housed on the library's website. And then the citation center, because you're going to be citing sources. There's some links to those. Both are library oriented. And then finally, we have the Start Here button, which is where you will click to get started. I do want to point out something really important. One of the things I love Canvas. I absolutely love Canvas, but I have a little bit of a love-hate thing with this to-do list over here. This is great because it tells you what you need to do, but it is also extremely tempting for students to just click on this and go do the assignment, or click on this and try to take this quiz. If you have not completed the learning portion, then these points are going to be very hard to earn. So I like that these are here because it does give you those due dates and it tells you what's coming up. But I want you to remember that in order to succeed in any of your online classes, you need to use the modules to do the actual learning. And in fact, that's kind of how I put it in the modules. I have 2 sections in each module. Well, there's really 3. The first is always the objectives for the week. The second, this is just a heading, but it's step 1, which is time to learn. You have the learning materials and activities. And then, and only then, should you try to complete the graded assignments for the week. So I'm just going to real quickly go through week 1 with you. I'm not going to read everything to you because, again, that's part of your job for week 1, but just to get you oriented. And you'll notice that all of the weeks are set up the exact same way. You've got the objectives, then you've got the learning materials, and then you've got the items that you need to do to complete for grades. So let's take a look at week 1's overview and objectives. You've got the information. You can read this. I want you to read this for yourself, but you've always got a list of objectives and an overview of what's happening. You can do one of 2 things. You can go back, use your browser back button and go back to the module, or you can click this next button. This will take you to the learning materials and activities. In the learning materials, you will always have sort of the same format. You've got items to read and explore. You've got usually some videos and sometimes some visuals like this. It's just a picture. Make sure that you are doing all of the reading and watching any videos. Do all of these things before you try to finish the week by doing the assignments. Now, if you click next, you're going to go to the first of the graded assignments in this particular case, but you can also just go back to the modules page and then you'll find both of them right here. So this week, you're going to do a getting to know you discussion board, which is going to be done using Flipgrid. If you've never used it, it's now just called Flip. It's going to take me a while to get used to that. And then you've got a Start Here quiz, which is based on the fact that you've looked at the syllabus and you've gone through all of the stuff. So make sure that you do all the learning before you try to do the earning. Any questions, you can inbox me. If it's a question that other students might have, like something about the assignment isn't clear or whatever, I would encourage you to use the Q&A discussion board. There's a link to it on the home page, or you can click on discussions and you'll open it right here. If you subscribe to this forum, you will get a notification when anybody posts, meaning your fellow classmates and myself. This is great because it will allow me to answer everybody's questions all at one time. So I really do encourage you to use it. A lot of people don't. I'm not entirely sure why. It's just one of those things. But please make use of that. And at any time, if you've got questions, reach out and let me know. Grade questions should be sent to inbox. And then, of course, if you've got a really quick question or an emergency question, feel free to text me. Just again, remember, if you're texting me, make sure that you identify yourself by name and class, because I teach more than one class. All right, that's pretty much it for week 1. I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you. Please make sure that you post and take the quiz during the first week in order to be marked as having attended. Okay, so in online classes, like I said earlier, just signing in is not attending. You have to actually do something. So you need to do those 2 graded assignments before the end of the week in order to be marked as present. Finally, just remember the way that our course runs. Typically, the course every week begins on Monday, and everything that's due is due on Sunday night. All right. I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you. Have a great first week of classes, and I will see you next Monday for weekly walkthrough number 2. Everybody take care.